Oh, this breakdown's going off to a great start. This is great. Amazing. All right, what's up, everyone? It's KUCES, and today I'm going to be breaking down my track, Broken Bonds. Yo, nice. You can just see my OBS. This is like a melodic future rhythm track / trap. I'm missing some samples, but you know, we can work our way around that. Listen, I think the samples should be close enough. If you want to hear the original track, I'll probably play a preview when I edit this video. I don't want to do that, but when I edit the video. But so first things first with this track, we got this little pad / keys thing right here. So it's a flex preset and addictive keys VST. This is what that sounds like. Very, very pretty. On the keys, got some OTT EQing. On this glass key, we got 3 dispersers, a sound goodizer, a shaper box, isotope trash, OTT, sound goodizer, reverb, and another OTT. Oh, there's more vocodecs. Okay, so I think I just vocoded it, disperser, and just EQ'd out the lows, essentially. Make it unique, because I bet it sounds very different without all these. So this is what it sounds like with no effects. It's not bad, but with the effects it sounds a lot different. I'm a color-based producer, just Ace, Laura, Popicon, everyone hit me up. Got some birds chirping in the back. You always gotta have some birds chirping. And then we have some textures, probably like vinyl. Yep. And then we have some vocal chops, I'm assuming these are. Alright, so this part for sure is not gonna sound like the same because that kick was good and I don't know why I don't have it. I'm pretty sure I deleted it and now I'm regretting everything. In this pattern, guessing we just have the same kind of chords, yep, just with the Reese and some strings. So this is what the Reese sounds like. Typical Reese, unison up. I got this sine wave, what is this? What is this short for? Oh, on the fine. Obviously. And then we got some distortion and low pass, because it's a Reese. We got 2 low passes. On the effects side, got some saturator, EQ, JST clip, camel crusher, making it mono quite a bit, actually 70%. And then we have this string right here. Just like another hype element, and it's like has the same kind of vocodecs the glass key had with the processing. Yeah, we just got vocodecs, EQ, sound goodizer, and another EQ. All right, for the drums. You know what? I lied. It does sound pretty similar to the original track, but it's not the exact same because it's just not the kick. So we just got one of my kicks. This is one of the first kicks I made. We got an ivory bench clap, one of my favorite claps. Just another clap layer got a pre-shift clap and then the ivory clap. We have another ivory, just cymbals in the back. And then another element is like these toms in the back. Bring it to life, make it feel more cohesive. Because in the context of all the drums. Just brings it to life a little bit. We got the vocal chops again. Have like shaper box or something on them. Yep, shaper box. Those are going to be used again in the drop. And then we have these vocals right here. Splice vocals. You already know.
You've got the most beautiful diamond eyes I've ever seen in my whole life. The sky.
Oh, I thought she was going to say eyes again right here. It sounds like. The next section, the build up.
You've got the most beautiful diamond eyes I've ever seen
I did not know she was gonna. All right, anyway, pretty simple build up. Some sweeps, just the vocal, then another layer on top just to make it more full, and it's literally a tom doing the same pattern. This pattern is different right over here. Oh, I think I just changed the lead a little bit. After that, it goes right into the drop. So as far as the drop goes, it's also very simple as well. It's just the simple shit that sounds good. So the main lead synth is this thing right here, resampled from like just my old projects. This is what it sounds like. So we got like a little filter automation on it. So we have some disperser, vocodecs, another disperser, pushing it with a saturator, super massive transpire, stereo enhancer, disperser, EQ, filter, reverb, OTT, more transpire, an EQ, and then a soft clipper. After that, they get stereoized a little bit and then routed to another track that's completely in mono. That's vocodecs, transpire, has ring mod and compression, saturator, and EQ. Like, I'm guessing that this track was, if you play the track in mono, it'll still be just as loud, because this sound is very stereo already, so it needed like a solid mid layer that was pretty mono. Obviously very weird processing and like could only work in this scenario. It's not like a rack that'll just put on any synth and it'll just work, and that's usually how most of my sound design goes. But lately I've been using more racks. I can just speed up my workflow and it'll sound just as good. Next up we have the sub. So we got a saturator on this, EQ, there's an imager on it, and then there's a soft clipper. I can't really say much for why there's an imager on it, but there is. I think it just sounded good in this track, and it is what it is. I don't really do that as much anymore, but experiment, you know. Next up, so this is just the intro synth. Pretty sure just use ambience, and I use reverb automation just to fill up the atmosphere a little bit, make it hit in every bar. It is not as loud in context, but it's there filling out space, and these are what the drums sound like. We have the same vocal chop. It's not even that loud, but it's just going to be there. And sometimes you just have to have these elements, because even if they're not too loud, they're always going to be there filling out space, and it'll make a big difference. It'll sound empty, basically, because if I just play the track with no atmosphere, sounds like shit. Throwing the vocal chops, just the vocal chops. Just from the atmosphere itself, it just kind of gives you an idea of where the track can go, and like you can imagine what you can add to the track to make it sound even better, and then it's just all together. And right here is this fill, another one of my resampled sounds. So this is what it sounds without post-processing. Oh wow, customizer trash, very underrated plugin. Kilohertz transient shaper. You have to hold back. You got to make sure it's dialed in, because if it isn't, it might sound like shit. Got some effector delay, super massive, small plus wide, kilohertz, frequency shifter, saturator, and an EQ. Doing nothing. This is what the new fill is. Very similar. And then the flow change. Small variations over the drop just to make it not so bland, and then moving on, because essentially that like the first 16 are very similar. It's just small variations. I swear I brought the vocal in just for this little section, and then it changes to a trap drop. The first thing that changes a lot is the synth. I resampled it and just try to make it very different. As you can see, got ring mod, pitched it down an octave, but this is what the sound sounds like. Similar stuff to Mind Warp, you know, adding variation, changing the sound, experimenting more. Like this is on E2 speech. Like it could sound completely different, E3 mono. And you can really mess around and just see what would work for your track specifically. I'll just leave it E2 speech since that's what it was. It'll sound different when I turn off the ring mod. Adds like a little peak that makes it better in my opinion. We just had that going, and then we changed the whole, you know, drum pattern to be more of like a trap pattern. Sorry, I went to the drums. I mean to go to the synth. The other synth. Basically the same thing, just together it'll just change the flow to more trappy. Then for this section, and then we have the sub change. Just did the first chord twice and we'll just finish it off with the third and fourth one. And then the drums change to a more trappy flow. Still very similar. Literally no new samples or anything, just to change flow. Same vocal chop, and then we have a little brass. Then you go right back into the midsection. It's pretty much the same exact thing with just a different lead. So I'm guessing these are like very similar patterns, just with a changed lead. Essentially the same thing, and then the pitched up strings again, just like last time. Drums are the same, vocal chop is the same. I just changed how the lyrics go.
Beautiful life, the whole life ever seen in my life, the whole life.
Yep, so we changed that and then added another layer.
Beautiful life, the whole life ever seen in my life, the whole life ever seen.
Very, very similar. Not many changes. Again, instead of the pattern 6 coming back and making the lead kind of go up, this is just follows the same sort of lead throughout the whole build up. Then we can go right back in to the drop. The only thing that's changed is literally the lead. That's pretty much the only thing that changed right here. Chords are same, sub is same, and then we had the second flow. But you kind of get the gist. And the trap drop is literally the exact same. Mind warp was kind of more in depth because of all the different synths and like how I was getting the sounds. But since this track was so simple and it was especially melodic tracks, you don't want to have too much crazy stuff going on. I feel like it should be more about the groove, the mix, the melody. Because if it's not catchy, if it's just annoying, it's not probably going to do well. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can always comment them, and I can try and answer any questions you have about this track, because I think it's not too complicated. I try to keep it straight to the point, not waste any time. If you'd like to see another track breakdown in the future, when I release more tracks, thinking about uploading more YouTube videos. Shout out Delta, he said challenge with friends, maybe we'll do that. I was thinking anything, honestly, sound design, mixing, whatever you want. But other than that, that was pretty much the whole breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Please subscribe. Let me get to 100 subscribers, and I'll try and make YouTube my full-time job. That's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace.